Time for weekly whiskey. Time for Czechoslovakian crystal. Time for us to take implicit bias in 2025 all the way back to 1991. I'm your host, Cavan Bordelon. This is Implicit Bias, our second episode in 2025. And why 1991? Because it was in 1991 that those famous words were uttered. Can't we all just get along? Seems like in the beginning of 2025, we need to hear that again. Sounds like in the beginning of 2025, maybe we just need to try and actually live those words. Because in the beginning of 2025, man, things just aren't right. There are certain times when, as we say on this show, we're all trying to be Christian, we're trying to be Catholic. It's more difficult in some times than others. Why is that, you ask? Well, it's that because we, you, me, even the people that don't listen to this show, we're a messy species. We're human beings. And human beings, while we have the ability to love, to laugh, to do so many great things, to create, we also have the ability to do the unthinkable. And as a matter of fact, all too often, we do the unthinkable, we do the bad stuff more than we do the good stuff. Well, at the beginning of 2025, it seems like there's an awful lot of bad stuff going on. Now, why does that make it hard to be Catholic or Christian in any way, shape, or form? Because, as we say on this show, we do our best to will the good of other for the sake of other. So as Christians, as Catholics, we should believe that it is from natural birth until natural death. But in the beginning of 2025, sometimes you may start to question whether some of us actually deserve to still be here. What I mean by that is this, is that there are lots of really good people out there. And then there are those who believe they need to involve people who have nothing to do with their cause, who have nothing to do with their philosophy, true innocent bystanders. And there are people who hurt those people, whether it's to make a point, whether it's for any reason. At some point, we look at those people and go, do you really deserve to be with the rest of us? Should you be with the rest of us? And as Catholics, as Christians, we're supposed to say, yes, you are to be here till natural death. Now, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't be in a prison somewhere, but in the United States of America, our system is designed that you are innocent until proven guilty, which means you actually have to commit the crime before you can be punished for it. That is both a good and at times a bad thing. And we have seen plenty of bad things in the beginning of 2025. Innocent people killed while simply trying to have fun. People blowing up trucks in front of hotels for heaven knows what reason, because we still don't know who did it. Well, this is what makes it difficult for us here on this show this week. Because we don't want to see anybody hurt. We don't care what you believe. We don't care what your philosophy is, what your religion is. We will the good of other for the sake of other. And there's really only one philosophy that adheres to that in every way, shape, or form. And it's what we are on this show. It is the Catholic Christian roots that we go to every single week. So what we can espouse in this rather short opening to this show that starts heavy, because we are trying to solve the problems of the world, and we're doing it maybe the way that everybody should be doing it. Sit down, talk it out, have a fun conversation, disagree, and when it's over, leave everybody else alone. Let them go live their lives just as you want them to let you live yours. So when you think about hurting someone else, just don't. When you think that to prove a point, other people have to die for your point to be made, you're wrong. When you think that your implicit bias is entitled to take the lives of others, guess what? You're incorrect. You're morally repugnant. And you are not part of the implicit bias of this show. So for those of you who are, for those of you who want to will the good of other for the sake of other, grab your weekly whiskey. We got a great crew for you here in the Mr. Lester's TSPL this week. We've got great whiskeys. We've got great stuff available that we're going to review. We are going to do this the right way. We're going to have a conversation. We're going to disagree. We're going to agree to disagree. We'll solve those same problems of the world, and we'll do it all with the civility that is needed for your implicit bias. We'll be right back.